If not now, tell me when. Sarah and I picked that song after we talked about this meditation written by the Reverend Andrea Hawkins Kempler, Be About the Work. And this is adapted just a little bit. May we embrace all as it is, and may it all be as we embrace it. May we be the ones to make it as it should be. For if not us, who? If not now, when? This is answering the cry of justice with the work of peace. This is redeeming the pain of history with the grace of wisdom. This is the work we are called to do. And this is the call we answer now, to be the barrier and the bridge, to be the living embodiment of our principles, to be about the work of building the beloved community, to be a people of intention and a people of conscience. So last week we talked about personal intentions for the new year, not a resolution, which can often lapse so quickly and fall away over time. I shared that if you're a regular gym nut, January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, everybody's at the gym. February 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, maybe not so much. March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, nope. April, absolutely not. Resolutions fall away. Intentions are like a beacon. It's like a light on top of the hill that we inch towards. We set a goal and we hope and we nudge ourselves towards it each and every day. You are invited to email, to private message me, or post in the chat what your intention is for the new year. And I covenanted in return to remind you of your intention in a few months. And I've been surprised and absolutely delighted by your responses. Thank you to those who've sent them along. Oh, beautiful souls, your intentions, great and small, are gorgeous spiritual gifts. And you're still welcome. You're still welcome to post or email or text me. But this week, we are talking about our communal intention, our collective resolve, our identity as a people of faith and conscience. So there's this beautiful chant, music set to the words of the Sufi mystic and poet Rumi that we've sung 1,000 times. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come, though you've broken your vow 1,000 times. Come, yet again come.
Though you've broken your vows 1,000 times, come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come.
That's why Sarah is the best to work with. Thank you, Sarah. Come, yet again come, whoever you are. One of my favorite writers that I return to is Stephen Schick, and he shared this reflection about that reading. He shares, taking vows seems to be a quaint idea sometimes. But Jewish philosopher Martin Buber observed that we are a promise-making, promise-breaking, and a promise-keeping people. This, he said, is the part of the human condition that puts us in relationship with others and with God. Come. Come, keep on promising, knowing that you will break your vows 1,000 times. Come is a summons to a better self, a better life, and a better world. So we are a promise making, a promise breaking, and a promise keeping people. Can you relate to that? Oh, yeah. How humbling is that? We are finite beings in an infinite universe, in a world where life carries on regardless. So come, heed the summons to a better self, a better life, and a better world. Just as we heard this morning in the reading by the Reverend Dr. A. Powell Davies, when he told us why he came to spiritual community. Because we do fall below our own standards and need to be brought back to them. Because we are afraid of becoming selfish and indulgent, and spiritual community brings us back to what and who and how we want to be. Because we could easily despair, oh my goodness, yes, in these times, we could easily despair, fall into doubt and dismay. We are easily overwhelmed because life keeps on being so lifey. And spiritual community renews our courage and hope. Can I get an, oh my goodness, if we were in the sanctuary, I'd say, can I get an amen? Spiritual community renews our courage and our hope. Because it is not enough to just ponder the world and its problems, A. Powell Davies reminds us. Spiritual navel gazing, we could say. Spiritual community sharpens our conscience and pushes us to rethink what we are capable of. Reverend Davies wrote, I must feel again the love I owe others. I must not only hear about it, but feel it. In church, I do. I am brought toward my best self, in every way toward my best. I'd never heard that reading from him before, and it's really astonishing. Towards our best. And this reading reminded me, I've shared this story before, reminded me of my first time going to General Assembly, our annual conference of Unitarian Universalists from across the country and around the world. If you haven't been, it is something to behold. And good news, in this era, you can attend virtually. And it is still an amazing and powerful experience. Thousands of Unitarian Universalists and UU adjacent people, children and youth, we gather together for a week of inspiring worship, powerful workshops, and denominational business that is about our collective power and witness in the world. And when I was in 9th grade, I was asked to be a youth delegate for my congregation, the River Road Unitarian Universalist congregation in Bethesda. 9th grade. It was a holy and huge honor. And it was the first time I moved into a leadership position in that congregation. So as an aside, River Road is one of the congregations that sprouted out of All Souls, DC, as Kirk shared this morning with a reading from A. Powell Davies. His ministry at All Souls in the 40s and 50s, A. Powell Davies, inspired people so much. I love this story. People would gather around radios because the sanctuary was overflowing. And those gatherings became communities and fellowships and congregations like River Road, like Cedar Lane, and Rockville, many of you may know, is a offshoot from Cedar Lane over 60 years ago. But I digress. History is important. Knowing our history is important. So I was a youth delegate, put on a train by myself to travel to New Haven, Connecticut to attend General Assembly. And wow, that was a life life-changing experience. I had no idea that there are so many Unitarian Universalists in the world going to workshops and worship and just being around like-minded and like-spirited people with joy and heart and pride. My heart just soared. Seeing all these hippie, progressive, liberal types in their tie-dyes and their Perkin socks with their pins and t-shirts about justice and peace, the mohawks, the shaved heads, and the nose rings. That was the first time I pierced my nose. I said yes to this faith. I said yes to this way of being in the world. And it's been noted before, we can't be Unitarian Universalists alone. Being UU means being connected. So inspired by UU leaders and ministers and other youth, this mantle of compassion and service was planted in my heart because of people like you. And I kept on coming. Regardless of the challenge to do and be better, I kept coming. Breaking promises, returning to promises, renewing promises to myself and others. I kept coming. Because this is a place where you are a we. I love that. This is a place where you are a we. We are a people of intention. We are a people of faith and conscience. We are a people that strives to embody our Unitarian Universalist principles in all of our affairs. As Cindy sang to us this morning, you can start a ripple. You can start a ripple. You can be the change. And we are a people of change and transformation. Can I get an amen? And this is a place to practice that change and transformation, to practice compassion and care and service, and to be about change and transformation in the lives of other people, in our community and beyond. Gabe Torres, an activist and abolitionist organizer, wrote in a piece called "May We Rage and Love Well in 2022." That should be a bumper sticker. May we rage and love well in 2022. Gabe Torres wrote this: "The pursuit of change is tenacious and ongoing. It is not based on a one-time win, but sustained by a continuation of them. This continuation is emboldened by our firm sense of power and agency. We are what we've been waiting and longing for. We have what it takes." Did you note that line? The pursuit of change is tenacious and ongoing, not a one-time win, but sustained by a continuation of them, as in keep on keeping on. And when we do, we shore up our sense of power, our collective agency. And that starts small. That collective agency and power and intention starts small with just us. That personal intention to pay attention. To pay attention and pausing to ask if our intentions and choices are in alignment in our daily lives. To ask if we are being authentic in all of our affairs. A yoga teacher once told me, if you want to evaluate the success and health of your yoga practice, look at your relationships. So if we want to evaluate the success and health of our spiritual lives, let's look at our relationships. So that global intention starts small there. It really does. To be a people of intention, it starts with showing up too. Regularly at worship, I love seeing y'all. Showing up at meetings, saying yes to service in small ways, to give an hour, to hop on the weekly stewardship calls with the team. Shout out to Elsa and the team. It starts with showing up to who and with ourselves and others. To be a people of intention is to be a people of connection. To check in with our loved ones and friends, to drop a note of love and care for those who are struggling, and so many of us are struggling. So many are sick, so many are mourning. The strength of this community relies on our care and compassion. We need each other. We need each other to bind each other's wounds up, because we all need that reminder that we are worthy of that love and care. We are worthy and valued for who and what we are. We are connected and interconnected as that part of the sacred web of all of existence. So I need you to do something for me right now. First, I'll ask you to humbly pause and take your hands and cross them over your heart or over your chest. Pause and just feel your heart beat. Feel that breath in your body. That heartbeat. This is the spark of the divine pulsing and pushing life through your body and spirit. This is the spirit of life connecting us regardless where anyone may be, regardless where you are. That pulse, that spark connects us. And you can return to this place, this heartbeat, this breath, when you need to be reminded that the spirit of life holds us close, that a greater love holds us close. And then as a people of intention, as a people of connection, we carry our work, our service, our thirst for justice and truth out into the world. So come, my people of intention, my people of connection. Though we are promise making, promise breaking, promise holding and keeping people, come. Whoever you are, come and be held and reminded of our best selves with that spark of the divine within us. Come and be reminded of the greatest good in the world, for this is a place where you are a we, and we are about the work. May we embrace all as it is. May it all be as we embrace it. May we be the ones to make it as it should be, for if not us, who? If not now, when? This is redeeming the pain of history with the grace of wisdom. This is the work we are called to do, and this is the call we answer now, to be the barrier and the bridge, to be the living embodiment of our principles, to be about the work of building beloved community, to be a people of intention and a people of conscience. Amen. Blessed be, and Ashe.